Hey, what's up, Plug Power Rangers? Welcome to DGen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts, like the chart behind me, which is of Plug Power. And so here I am recording this on the morning of Tuesday, November 5th, after Plug closed on the 4th at a price of $2.51, being up over 20% on the day. So looking really good. It does look like patience did pay off as we have been consolidating below this purple line right around $2.25. We have broken above. So, I think that looks really, really good. I'm really excited about the chart. And I do think that we could be heading up to fill this gap right around $3 a share, here being at a price of $2.92. But there's still a key level between here and there that we need to be getting above, and that is $2.61, which was the prior high that we hit on July 22nd, a few days after we gapped down from this low that we hit on the 18th, which was at a price of $2.91 with a close at a price of $2.92. So that is how I have that gap there. So, I think it looks really good once we do get above 261. If we can get above it, there isn't too much price action in that range from 260 up to $3. So I think it should be a pretty straight shot. I do think that we will be getting to $3 a share, but I also think that since this level has served as pretty notable resistance for months, I suspect we could be pulling back to test it as support before continuing higher, whether that is before or after $3 a share. And so with that being said, I do think that we could be pulling back to around 225. And if that does happen, and it does look like we are holding that level, which I suspect we will be, then, I do think that could be a very nice dip buying opportunity. And so one of the reasons why I do think that we could be pulling back to around 225 is because we've got a number of levels that converge right around there. And so one being this, purple downtrend. And so that has served as, what I view as effectively the neckline of an inverse head and shoulders pattern that was followed by, this bull flag that we have broken out from. However, though, we have not confirmed. And so, I think that a confirmation would effectively be closing above the high that we hit on October 22nd, which was at a price of $2.42. So I'm just going to draw a line up here so we see that level. And the reason why I think that's an important level for us to be closing above is because when we broke above that downtrend over here on October 21st, we quickly got rejected and closed right around that purple downtrend, but we hit a higher high on the 22nd that was at $2.42. So if we get a second close above that, if we start to hold to maintain our gains, then I think that looks really good. But if we get a pullback and we start to close, below these levels, just in the next couple of days, then I think that we have kind of lost this momentum. And so other reasons why this stands out to me as being a pretty important level is that we do have these two red lines that I have drawn here. One being the low from, July 2nd. That was at a price of $2.21. And then just above that, it was a pivot low, I believe, going back in time to the low hit on January 18th of this year. We did get a bounce from that level over here in, in April, and then also over here in July, at the beginning of July. So I do think that is a very, very important level that has, like I said, acted as resistance. I think we now need to be seeing it acting as support. And then another reason why that level does stand out to me is because this uptrend that I have drawn here, going from the low of $1.60 hit on September 6th with the pivot point from, October 11th, that was the low of $1.94. And so from that uptrend, we did break below it over here. Maybe that was just a fake out. It does seem like it was. And so that level does converge with the levels over here, so it does stand out to me. But if that level does end up getting broken, and not just for a short time like we saw here, I did draw this other trend line, which coincidentally has the exact same pivot points. The low over here of 160, and then the low over here, which also happens to be at 194. So we did put in a double bottom here, which does correspond pretty nicely with the 50% level of this Fibonacci retracement at 195. And so, I think worst case scenario, we do pull back to retest this uptrend, and that could correspond with retesting this purple downtrend, and that would coincide with a date of around the beginning of December here. It looks like that intersection is at December 3rd, so maybe we have a month of going up before pulling back a little bit, and that would be coming to a price of, let's see, around 216 or so. But like I said, I do think that 225 will now be holding as support, and I would really like to see price over the next couple of days holding above, meaning getting closes above 242. If we get some consolidation here, I think that's great. I think that's just more patience pays type of scenario. We get some consolidation here, then we see a breakout move to get above 261, and then since there isn't much price action between that level and $3, I think it's a pretty straight shot up to 3. And then beyond that, I do think that there is a lot of upside potential, like getting up to, around $5 a share, which corresponds with the high from May 14th when we hit a high of $4.90. But just like we've had to be patient down here, I think getting up to $5 a share, which is effectively, a 2x from current price, I think that we're just going to have to wait for that. But in the more immediate future, especially with earnings coming up on, it looks like November 12th, I think that we could be seeing some volatility, whether that's to the upside or maybe a pullback, a retest to the downside. But, I think over the course of the next month, we should be seeing some pretty exciting price action. So I'm excited about that. I hope you guys are too. But, as always, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, you guys.